Welcome to Play by Play. We are so glad to be back, giving y'all another episode. I got my boy Top Shelf Trey with me, and you know it's HiCalVintage. And today we gonna talk about a game that we've been excited about. It's been on our radar. I know it's been on y'all radar. It's Biomutant. That shit looks crazy. I know y'all seen the trailers. That shit looks crazy, man. Trey, are you getting that game? Let people know. You are? Okay. I
got to get every game, not every game that comes out, but the games that's going to keep me a little occupied, side time, definitely got a cop. That's definitely on my radar for a minute.
Facts, man, because for me, it's dope because I'm hoping, I'm not trying to set the bar too high when I say this, but I'm hoping that this game gives you the type of replayability that you find in Dragon Age. Vulcan, he was a YouTuber that was playing the shit. He got early access. He said it reminded him of Skyrim. Now, if that shit is anything like Skyrim as far as the world, in the exploration and all that, bro, it's gonna be a classic, man. Because games like that had the replayability. That's the main thing with this. You taking a risk. They're taking a huge risk. No multiplayer at all. They're taking a huge risk. So I think it's just gonna be interesting, man. I liked what I seen from the world and different ways, the mounts and all that. They had the little gliders and whatnot.
The movement in this game is going to be crazy. The fact that they gave you several different ways to move around the map is amazing. You talk about, you could jump on the road. It gives me old, the PS2, PS3 platform games, Ratchet and Clank and Dex and stuff like that, where you was height, you know what I'm saying, where you could move around and finally ride the hoverboard or do certain things. Right. But they're giving you all of that in one game. So that's fire. Machines, they got boats, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and like you said, it's fast paced. The combat, I seen somebody compare it to Devil May Cry or something like that. I'm like, yo, kind of right. That shit has some DMC influence right there. That looks dope. They had the little comic splashes and shit. That shit was fire.
I don't know if you remember. It was a game. It came out a long time ago, bro. It was one of the first games where you could do the slow motion shooting, and it used to be you and a dog. You used to be able to control the dog every once in the blue to do different stuff. It was a fire game. If anybody knows it, put it in the comments, because I'm telling you that game was fire. And the fact that they're bringing back the slow motion shooting, I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. Maybe a Matrix game might pop up, son. You know what I'm saying? They might bring it back and make it popping, because I haven't seen slow motion in a while.
Yeah, where you really slow down bullets. There is a game I'm trying to think of, I'm thinking about Warframe, because Warframe they let you do that, but it's not the whole game slows down. You know what I'm saying?
That's an ability.
Fire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That shit. That I do agree with you. Seeing the different cinematics, it all looks so flashy. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit. I like that shit. The comic splashes, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be really fucking dope.
Yeah, the comic aspect. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good game. The only thing, it's just lacking multiplayer, man. It's so hard for me to stay focused on a single player game, because you might be on the game casually playing, having a good time, then your homies hit you to play a multiplayer game.
Yo, fact.
Throws you off. Maybe it's difficult.
And that really I like that you said that and you set it up like that, because that really explains a lot as far as why people play a lot of multiplayer games more often than not. Because people see you online, your boy's gonna hit you up. Sometimes y'all, if it's a new game and just dropped, sometimes y'all might be playing different shit, but most of the time y'all playing the same game, y'all in the party. You know what I'm saying? So it's I do feel you on that. It makes you really wonder, because and that's why I said the replayability has to be fire. You know what I'm saying? But there's not even any co-op, bro. That took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to see that. Even Outriders, you have co-op. So there's somebody in there. And granted, I'm not obviously this game's gonna be very immersive, but I just think that sometimes if it's done properly, multiplayer can add more immersion into the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's a difficult argument, because you got to ask yourself, at what point does maybe a game studio be yo, we just want to put out a single player game and let people have fun? It's almost to the point where, is that going to become obsolete if we only push for multiplayer games? Because what about the kid that doesn't have online capability and he just wants to play a game? That's the opposite side of it, which I understand why they're trying to keep putting out single player games. But in the same aspect, it's kind of 2021. It gets kind of boring playing the game by yourself these days. It's not back in the day where it was you play solo and just enjoys yourself. Like if Outriders was solo, I'd lose my mind. I would never play it. It'd been a waste of time.
Yeah,
So
but
like,
I
it's like,
think it's interesting though, because like, I mean, we played Outriders solo, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's the fact that you have the option to play it with your friends, you know what I'm saying? Like Neo too, and Demon Souls, you have the option. You can play it solo, but you know what I mean?
But those are two different worlds. Neo 2 can be fun co-op and it can be fun solo.
Mhm.
Outriders to me is a game like Destiny. You grind solo when you have time to do what you got to do for yourself, but the co-op play is what makes it. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the I forgot what, like the tiers 15. You know what I'm saying, with your friends and trying to beat at the fastest time. Yeah, you can do a solo if you want, but it's still more fun co-op.
Nah,
Like
I
playing
agree.
solo, I would not be able to grind Outriders 5-6 hours a day solo, bro. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, nah, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. I think that's why, like, you see a lot of single player games. The campaigns used to be like 60, 70, 80 hours. The only people who still doing that is like Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the Spider-Man game. That game was very short as far
Well,
as
the
like,
second one,
yeah,
Miles
yeah.
Morales, was short.
The
And I
first
think
one wasn't that long. You know,
it wasn't that short neither, though. It took some time.
Well, I guess
For
if
the
you're doing
average-
side missions and
For
stuff
the
like that.
average, I always look at it for the average gamer. You got to give it to the. You can't go for the go
Hardcore
hard.
players like us.
The ones who's going to put 60 hours in the first week. I'm done. I beat the game, man. It's been 5 days, man.
Right.
You can't. It's like people, it's like the people. It's like Netflix put out a series, right? It might be 12 episodes, but then you got the binge watchers, and you got the casuals who might watch an
Right.
episode a day, 2 episodes a day. Then you got some people who on the late night, they be up to 6 in the morning. They don't watch the
Right.
whole series in a night. So
Facts. Like I
No,
did
but
with the boys. I watched the first 2 seasons in 2 days.
that's an addiction. You need to talk to somebody about that. But I did the same thing because but see, Castlevania was only 30-minute episodes. I watched Castlevania in one day, and then I was sad because I was like, now what?
Yo,
So
animes are always this, bro. Always, man. Always.
I mean, if I would have not caught Invincible in the beginning, I would have binge watched the whole thing too.
Oh,
In
hell
one
yeah.
night. It'd have been over.
Hell yeah.
But see, unlike you came late to the party.
Yeah.
I had to wait each week fiending. Is it Friday? Is it Friday yet? I had to
Right.
fiend. But
Right.
back to the multiplayer single co-op game. So it's like the single game. So it's like, I mean, Resident Evil dropped. That's always that holds its own weight. So I think that's always gonna do well.
Oh yeah, it
But-
got a lot of love too, man.
I mean,
Got a lot of love.
Resident Evil doesn't really miss too much,
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
sometimes they piss off their fan base, but they always gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Like they always gonna want to see what they have next.
It's like
Always.
Pokemon. I mean, same thing, man. Like Pokemon's been out for
no.
Pokemon could drop a whack game, they still gonna buy it. The fan base is
Okay,
too
I agree
large.
with that. I agree
Too
with
large.
that, but
Resident
I just-
Evil is the only horror game that keeps coming out and people actually keep buying. I mean, what's the other horror game?
Yeah, nah, I feel you. I'm just the reason why I cringe with the Pokemon shit is just like I just don't want to put Resident Evil and Pokemon in the same sentence.
I'm talking
because the
fan
consistency
base.
ain't there. You know
I'm
what
talking
saying?
fan
The work on
base,
the,
though.
and the work ethic and the product isn't the same. You know what I'm saying?
But we're
the
talking
fan base,
fan
they're always
base.
gonna go. They're
Exactly.
always gonna go. You know what I'm
Keyword.
saying? I just don't.
Fan
They shouldn't be
base.
mentioned in the same breath. They just.
Oh God.
They just
What?
shouldn't. They shouldn't. Those
Ah.
Pokemon's just been ass. Even the people been saying that it's been ass. You know what I'm saying?
But I bet you their sales are still up.
yeah, people. Are
I'm
always
just saying
gonna buy
fan
it.
base.
They just
I'm not
buy it.
arguing.
They just
I'm
buy
not.
it.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing the greatness of it. I'm just saying still got a fan base.
Yeah, not
No
arguing.
beef. No beef.
Yeah,
No
it's just
beef.
it's just like you gotta understand, especially coming on this YouTube shit. Pokemon's gonna trigger niggas, man. It's gonna trigger niggas, bro. You gotta be ready for the smoke, nigga.
I ain't gonna have no smoke because, like I said, see the hand movement. Everybody's gonna say he said fan base. That's what he said. No beef, bro.
Oh man, fuck Pokemon. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, he went on a tangent, but I'm trying to think. What else is
As far as single player, I mean, Returnal dropped. Returnal, it didn't really like people were liking it. It didn't get like review bombed, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't really see a continued interest in it. That's why I'm saying with Biomutant, it really depends on like the replayability, man. Because Returnal, granted, yeah, it's a roguelike, and roguelikes are known for having replayability. But I don't know. Like I just really hope that, like you get your time's worth. Because to me, if I spend as many hours as I spent dollars wise on the game, then I'm straight. I feel like I got my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact.
but
Well,
we'll see.
I'm gonna say this for Returnal. Let's talk average consumer. One, if I was an average Advent gamer, I would not buy Returnal because one, after watching the reviews, knowing that I have to put 3 hours in one sitting to get somewhere would already turn me off. Now you talk a game like Biomutant where it's an adventure game, kind of play through, save, you're good.
Yeah.
Now Returnal's like a Risk of Rain. You see what happened to us when we got hooked on Risk of Rain.
Yo, that was crazy.
it's ridiculous, right? You just look up. It's 3-4 in the morning. Like, I started at 5 in the afternoon,
bro.
looking for the God run.
You still gotta make a video about that. But now I feel you. That's facts. Like, it's definitely not trying to go to like a mass appeal like Biomutant. Like Biomutant just did a fucking stream today with PewDiePie. So you already know what time it is and what they're trying to, like, who they're trying to reach. You know
I know. I already know Biomutant's gonna be. First off, the only way it could fail, I can't even see it failing. The only thing I can see somebody doing is buying the game and saying this was too short. That's the worst thing I can see. I can't see it. I can't see somebody buying the game and being like, yo, this is complete trash.
Yeah. But, and see, I know that a lot of people probably, like the average consumer doesn't know this, but like the devs already said that the game, if you just like speed run through, like you could get through the game in 10 hours, but they just have so much side content where you can really get lost in the world.
Well, that's most open world games though. I mean, if you hit every main mission, yeah, you're done. I mean, you could do Outriders like that, you know what I'm saying? But the first playthrough, I'm pretty sure it's going to be difficult. Like you can't. I hope they keep the difficulty to where you can't just. Like, remember when we first played Outriders and we was actually using cover. We was actually playing a whole different way because we didn't know. And I hope Biomutant is like that the first playthrough. I hope it's really like, oh, I can't do that. I can't. I don't want it to be like you're so OP that you beat the game and 10 hours easy, no problem, no sweat. You didn't get frustrated. I want the game to have frustrating moments, frustrating bosses. Like you really put your time in. You really look at different. I haven't been challenged by a game in a while. Like where I really had to put, how do I do this? Like not gear aside. I'm tired of the gear set games. Just pure skill. Like what can I do to beat this boss with what I got?
Yeah, you should try Demon Souls, bro.
That doesn't count because that game, all those demons game, those are just geared to piss you off. They're made. They're literally made. They're not made for you to have fun. They're made for you to be upset.
That's dead ass though. That's dead ass.
That's it. It's not the average.
Issue. Yeah. Like Sekiro, all these shit.
Yeah, man. Sekiro was made.
Shit, good God.
That's definitely a control. Like Neo 2 had some aspects of it, but I know Sekiro was worse, bro.
Yeah,
Sekiro
if you play Neo 2 just like straight solo, then you might experience it.
I mean, but
like
eventually,
that, but it's still not gonna be crazy because the gear, you could get your shit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, because you did RPG elements in the Demons games, but and that's why I think with Biomutant, the fact that they have so many systems and it is so in depth, and the classes and the races and shit, like I think that it has a chance to really be something. Like it has layers to it because they kept it simple where you're not looking at it and you're like, what the fuck? Like Path of Exiles, like that's instantly gonna turn people off if they see it and they don't understand what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But Biomutant.
Yeah, okay, with the creating your weapon, but crafting, that's a big thing for a lot of people try to stay away from. It's too in depth. But I do think this is going to be a great introduction of all ages to the craft system because a lot of people don't take time to mess around and actually create something. Yeah. So I do think that this is going to be dope. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. And the fact that you could like make a shank out of a toothbrush in this game, it's like a lot going on. So I'm excited for it. The only thing I do wish they kind of did is shareability. So like, wow, you might create a character that looks so crazy, but you only going to be able to post it. I would have to search for it online. Like I wish we could see each other's stuff going on where kind of compare and contrast.
Right.
Instead of always having to look to YouTube to see other variations, That's the only thing this game is going to be missing because when you're going to be playing solo, so you're not going to see other builds.
Yeah.
You're just going to really have to test everything out for yourself.
Yeah. Which again, like we can't stress this enough. Like that's just such a risky move in this day and age because it's hard to create a community when the community can't like interact with each other in game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like they can still make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it happen. But it's just it's just an uphill battle. And another thing that's gonna help with this too is because we've heard this from hella devs before. Like there's multiple endings, your choice matters. But I really hope for the Biomutant that it's no cap, bro. Because if it's capped, then that's gonna hurt the replayability, and that's gonna be like we need a replayability counter somewhere on the screen, because that's gonna be something that I say a lot. Because if it doesn't have that, bro, people gonna talk about Biomutant for like 3 days and it's dead. You know what I'm saying?
think it's definitely gonna have it because man, I can't think. It's gonna have like a light and I want to say a light and dark kind of gameplay,
like a morale system.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's gonna have alternate endings, and I mean you're gonna get to join different factions. So
Yeah.
you might try one way this way, another way this way. Maybe you might like another faction, like dang,
Right.
it ain't a memory card. We like, let me try to join the faction. If I don't like it, I just turn it off and not
Yeah,
save.
right.
You know,
Right.
so but that's why it's gonna be different. Or we'll see though. I think it's gonna be worth it, man. I don't have nothing bad to say about it, nothing negative. That says a lot. Because I
Right.
normally would find a flaw somewhere, but with this game, I don't see a flaw. Like I don't see where. I mean, the only thing I can say is, just not being able to share everything with each other, but I still don't see it.
Yeah, and then who knows, man? Like that's the thing. Like if games like this get love and the devs are like get the financing to go forward and like drop more DLC and shit, then we might be able to see like a multiplayer, like a co-op, or maybe even like be like some type of like battle system, like you know what I'm saying. But it really just matters on if they did quality work with the base product, and then how the fan base responds. But we'll see.
Another note. Speaking of games that not sure if they're going to work or not work, I'm going to bring up Hood.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, that's great.
Now I'm going to say, Hood is a very great, terrible game. Very great, terrible game. Now, let me explain my reasoning why. Everything is clunky. Characters are OP. There are certain ways where certain things don't work for you in that moment. The servers are kind of laggy, but I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
Now that is the craziest way to put it. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like
make sense.
it's a lot of things wrong, but I'm still and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I couldn't say like, yeah, it's like I'm really having fun. And I'm like, wow, they need more terrible great games. Nah,
that's real shit, man. Because you're right. Like the animations, it doesn't feel like smooth. And that's another thing with games. If you're gonna have action combat, if you don't have no type of like animation canceling, then like the animations had to be hella smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can't just guard or break out of it, it has to be hella smooth. And it doesn't necessarily feel like that. However, it's kind of like I think it's like Monster Hunter in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, if I watch an average player play Monster Hunter, I'm gonna be like, God damn, what is this clunky shit? But if I go on a stream and I watch somebody play Monster Hunter, you could see somebody moving like a pro, looking like everything's fluid. You know what I'm saying? But they just found a way to work within the system. You know what I'm saying? And find out how that shit goes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, once you get good, you get good. And I think that's what Hood was meant for. Because I mean, the competition is crazy. You could go against the wackest team in the world, but this is the easiest game, and you can really go against a team that be beating the dog shit out of you the whole time. You be like, frustrated. I never really. It's really one of those games where when you really losing, you just want it to end. You just want the match to be yo. Can they hurry up and win, man? I'm just tired of this.
Facts.
I like it, man. I'm enjoying myself playing it, and they did all right.
Yeah, and I'm just interested to see like what type of updates they keep doing with it, because that's what really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I don't like how they handled the launch particularly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a huge fan of it. Like, granted, like you guys got Shroud to play your game. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Not take away from that. I just think that it would have been better suited to have multiple streamers playing it, like expand to different audiences, because not everybody's gonna be watching Shroud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like they could have done more to help themselves with the exposure.
Like Shroud plays everything.
He does. He definitely, and he's a god at everything he plays.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not. I think he's a robot.
He is definitely 100%.
He's a robot. He's not human. No human can do what he does naturally.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see Shroud playing fucking Biomutant, nigga. Like what the you know what I'm
Now I
saying?
am interested to wonder that would Shroud play a game like that?
I
I
don't
see
see why
Shroud
not.
play a lot more shooters. I mean, Hood wasn't a shooter, it was more of arena. So I
Yeah.
wonder, would he play that? We'll see though. No?
See, we'll see they cut him the check. That's really what
Oh
we
yeah,
say.
oh yeah.
We'll
They
see
cut
they
him a
cut
check.
him the check.
He gonna be, yo, Biomutant. You know, let's see. But the
Right.
way that he speaks about, it's like, damn, how much, like his in-depth knowledge of how video games even work is amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
this
I
game
don't know.
sense.
Half his verbiage, I don't even understand. I'm like, man, just shoot. So explain to me how you do it. Like, what are you looking at on the screen
Right.
that I don't see? Like, I feel like he sees like the Matrix lines. Like,
Right.
he knows what to
Right.
do.
Nah, that's
But
fact. And seeing like seeing him play Hood was dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then he just do things that like it's not like it's not like y'all not playing the same game, but you just see him do shit that she's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Like I didn't even that didn't even cross my mind to
he's
try.
in the Matrix, man. He's not human, man.
Mhm.
But anyway, off of Shroud. Because on one day I will 1v1 you. I'm lying. But
Now I want it, man. Go ahead. I want to see it.
I want to see you fight him at Apex, man.
Oh man, Shroud could get the smoke, bro.
Yeah, yep. You hear the lie? Yeah, I hear the pain behind that. It's already a loss. But nah,
Yeah.
maybe one day we'll see Vaughn do the 1v1 with Shroud. We already know who's gonna win, but I mean, y'all can vote for my man Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't have no faith in him, but I'm saying I don't have no faith in him. You feel me?
What?
But but check us out later for more exclusive content. We're gonna keep bringing the heat every day. We're gonna keep trying to talk about different things. This is not just about gaming. We have music, games, entertainment, anything you can think of. We're here to talk about it, and also put in the comment section what you like us to talk about.
Facts. We appreciate y'all pulling up. We out.
All right.